Are you tired of lead generation methods that just don't work? I've analyzed over 100 consistent top performing agents and reviewed their lead generation strategies that I can share with you, a real estate lead generation system that works. Take a look. Hey everyone, Kevin Smolin with 2Q Lead Generation Strategies, and we're all about helping real estate agents just like you create business systems that switch them from being transactional and chasing the next deal to implementing systems that save time, money, and effort. So if that's what you're after, this is the place to be. Please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you here as part of our community. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a real estate lead generation system that actually works. And before we get into that, let me just share one tool. Down in the description below, you're going to find a link where you can download our top performing Facebook ad templates. These are the templates that we have used to help our clients generate over 100,000 plus leads for both Facebook and Instagram. So make sure you go check those out. It is a great free resource. Also, if you want to go deeper with us, you'll find a link down there with a link to my calendar where you can schedule an appointment and talk about some of the services and opportunities that we offer. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the core of today's video, which is real estate lead generation system that actually works. So the truth of the matter is that 87% of agents fail and are out of the business in the first couple of years. And a large part of that is really related to their inability to generate leads for their business. And that's why this is so critical. So our methodology that I'm going to be sharing with you today, it's after analyzing all of these top performing agents and what they're doing that is creating real tangible results. And not just results, but more specifically, doing it in a way that is leverageable, something that can be scaled, something that can help you improve without taking all your time. Because the truth is, there's a lot of lead generation methods that require lots of time. And the moment you don't have time anymore is the moment that that stops producing. And so I want to share with you ways that are both leverageable, scalable, and things that actually work. So with that being said, the first place that I'm going to go and spend some time on is with Facebook ads. Now, if you followed me for any amount of time, you know that I talk a ton about Facebook marketing, Facebook ads, lead generation, simply because it's just one of those time-tested, proven techniques. We've generated hundreds of thousands of leads and have found that it's just a constant source of leads that come in. So like right here, you're looking at a screenshot of an ad account of one of my clients. And you can see right here with this ad, we have generated 5,409 leads so far at a cost of $4.97 per lead. Now, if you're looking at the dollar amount thinking, wow, he's spent a lot, well, keep in mind that's over a period of a few years. And with Facebook ads, you can budget whatever you want to budget. But here's the core concept. If it's only taking $5 of your money to generate a lead, that is far better than anything that you could ever do with your time. See, when you factor in what your time is worth, it's just not worth it to go knock on doors, to cold call, to sit at an empty open house. It's just not worth your time to do those things when you can leverage yourself better. See, a lot of real estate agents, as they try to scale, what they'll do is they work harder. They work more hours. They're working 50, 60, 70 hours a week. And they're spending as much time as they can prospecting and marketing and doing all those things to create these opportunities, and they just hit a ceiling. You really can't, it's really hard to get past 20, 25 transactions a year trying to do everything on your own, especially with methods that aren't systematic or scalable. And so one of the things that I absolutely love about Facebook ads is you can spend 15, 20 minutes getting an ad set up. And for that 15 to 20 minutes, you now have time freedom for the rest of the week. So leads are coming in all the time. They come in while you're showing homes. They come in while you're at a listing appointment. They come in while you're sleeping. And so it just creates this system to where these opportunities are coming in all the time, and it's not taking your time to do it. And that's the leveraged nature of it. So And just to kind of put this in perspective, as we're talking about lead generation, one of the ways that a lot of agents try to solve this problem is they'll go to this method. Let me get rid of my camera here for a second. There's kind of three different options out there when it comes to buying leads. So, like in this first column, when it comes to buying leads, if you were to go to Zillow or Realtor.com or any of those sources, you're typically going to pay around $100 per lead. That's pretty normal. And typically, anytime you're dealing with a cold lead, meaning they don't know you and you don't know them, you're typically having around a 1 to 2% conversion rate. So it's going to take you at least 50 of those leads to be able to convert one into a transaction. So if you're paying $100 a piece, 50 leads, that's $5,000 that you're paying per closing. Now, some of the lead generation companies out there have a model where instead of paying up front for the lead, they want a percentage of the commission once the deal closes. So here you've got no upfront cost, and I'm just taking a $15,000 gross commission. That would be 3% of a $500,000 home, which is pretty common in the area where I live. So $15,000 gross commission, a lot of them are going to charge you in the neighborhood of 25 to 40%. So 25% is 3750. The 40% of the 15 is 6,000. So that's roughly what it would cost you with that model to have a closing. And while it is scalable in the sense that you can just get more leads from them, it's not scalable as far as the cost. Whereas what I'm teaching you with Facebook leads, if it's costing around $5 per lead, and again, these are cold leads, so you're typically going to convert at around 1%. That's pretty normal. So it would take you 100 leads, but in this case, it's 100 leads at $5 a piece. You're talking about $500 per closing. And that is just so much more scalable than what the average, what you can do through a lead generation service where you're just buying leads for them. And the other major difference is the leads that we're generating on Facebook, they're exclusive to you. So with a lot of these lead generation companies, that lead is being sold to 3, 4 different agents. And it's kind of a race to who can get to the phone first. So I don't like that strategy because you're literally paying a lot of money to compete with other agents for those leads. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. So I love Facebook and Instagram leads for this purpose. Now, truth be told, for me, paying for the ads to generate these leads, where it's costing around $5 a lead, I view that as a temporary solution to stage 2 and stage 3 that I'm going to talk about in our lead generation strategy. Because one of the takeaways you want to have from this is that we want to have multiple sources of leads coming in. Because if we put all our eggs in one basket, and if for one reason, I don't know, let's say Facebook blows up and it doesn't exist anymore, I don't know. Those kind of things do happen. But if you're 100% reliant on those leads and for whatever reason it goes away, um, you're in a bad position, right? And so we want to leverage that and we want to even it out so that you've got lead sources in different places. So the first one that I'm going to recommend for having a lead generation system is Facebook, because you can spend money, it's cheap, and you can have a flood of leads coming in today. It's very, very quick. So it's one fast way to solve that problem because it's not taking your time to generate those leads. It's a fantastic lead generation system. Now, I view Facebook buying leads through Facebook ads, I view that as a temporary solution. While you're doing that, you should be putting other systems in place that are better and higher quality to get rid of those Facebook leads. But it's the way that we bridge the gap of getting started, creating the systems so that you have time to do the other things. So, with that, our second lead generation system is YouTube. And one of the things that I have been talking more and more and more about is the lead generation opportunity that exists on YouTube. And a large part of the reason I've been talking about that is because statistically, so many people, buyers and sellers, begin their journey of buying or selling online. And one of the beautiful things is that when people go to Google and they search for something, Google usually recommends video content as as answers to their questions. So, like for example, if I go to Google and say, "How do I buy a home? How do I buy my first home?" So you'll notice as we scroll, there's this section where where Google is answering the question with YouTube video content. And so YouTube is the number two most searched website in the world. And videos, the number one website in the world, which is Google, refers to YouTube videos because Google owns YouTube. So, number one, there's just this massive opportunity of your videos being recommended to people as they're searching. And number two, the number the amount of competition that you have, it's so low. The number of people, the last statistic I saw as far as the percentage of agents who use YouTube consistently as part of their marketing, it's around 4%. That means if you want to be better than 96% of your competition, do videos. It doesn't even matter if you're good, just showing up will put you ahead of so many of those people. And so, one of the things that I love, well, let's talk about pros and cons. Well, let me show you the opportunity first, then we'll talk about pros and cons. So, this is a YouTube channel of an agent that I follow. I think he does a really good job on his channel. And so he's one I would kind of point to say it's a good one to model and kind of see what he's doing. But if you go to his videos section, right now we're sorting it by the latest. So they're the most recent videos that he's created. But one of the things I like to do is I like to look at the popular tab. This is going to sort them by the most viewed. And you can kind of get an idea of what it is that people are looking at and what videos are getting the greatest response. And so you can see the kind of thumbnails that are getting response from people. And it's just a very easy way to start getting an idea of things that you could model for your own market. Um, so these types of videos are great at creating opportunities simply because, like, for example, the timeline for buying a house for first time buyers, that's a question tons of people are going to have. And so the people that would come here and watch that kind of a video, those are absolutely the kind of people that you want to be in front of, right? When you think about this, is it better for FHA or conventional for first time home buyers? That's another type of video that would generate a lot of local leads. If I had any kind of criticism or feedback for this particular agent, I know he's in the Phoenix area, but you'll notice that there's not a lot of local content about Phoenix. And so I think there would be a lot of great opportunities for him to be more regionalized and local. He may have a purpose and strategy as to why he does things more national. I mean, that's certainly up to him. But one of the things that I love teaching with my clients on YouTube is going local. Because if people are searching for local areas, local neighborhoods, there's not a lot of competition, and the people being that specific in their searches are absolutely the people you want to be in front of because they're the local leads that you're going to be generating. So that is kind of the opportunity where you can position yourself as the expert. People watch these videos and it will create opportunities. Like I have one of my clients where he created a video that only got like 170 views, which doesn't sound all that exciting, but it's not always about the number of views. Of that video that generated 170 views, he generated 20 leads, people contacting him from that one video. And so here's the opportunity is that when you create a video, it's going to keep producing opportunities for months and for years. Like you'll notice some of these videos here that just keep raking up views. Like his top one is one that he created 4 years ago. Here's one that's really done a lot that he created 1 year ago. But the point is, with these videos that he created quite some time ago, they keep working. People keep searching, keep looking for information. I had somebody reach out to me on my YouTube channel and requested information on buying one of our online courses. And that's great. But the point of it is, it's a video I created 4 years ago, right? 4 years ago, and he's contacting me off of this video. So when we talk about systems that produce leads, here's the opportunity and why I'm so excited about YouTube for real estate agents. One is it's a massive form of leverage for the time that you spend researching, creating the video, getting it posted, doing the thumbnail, all the things that are part of it. Sure, it's a lot of work, but when you do that, it's a massive leverage of your time because it keeps working for you while you're out doing other things. So, yes, it takes time to do it. But the second thing that is awesome, aside from the huge leverage of your time while that's working, is that number two, it's great because you're generating those local leads, right? These are people that are getting to know you. They're building that trust and credibility by watching your videos. And when they reach out to you, it is a much higher quality lead than what you would get buying leads from your Zillow or from your Facebook ads. So this is more of that long-term strategy. But the downside is it does take a little bit of time to create the videos, get them up and running, get the algorithm moving in your favor. It takes a little bit of time for all of those things to happen. And so, knowing that, we use Facebook as the short term, YouTube as more of a longer term method, and the two can work hand in hand, creating new leads and new opportunities for you as a real estate agent. And so those are the things that I love specifically about YouTube and the opportunity that I see there. Now, let's talk about the third component of this. And the third component of your lead generation system that works is going to be relationship marketing. So, marketing to your database, your sphere of influence, your past clients, um, your old leads, anything like that. And the reason why we want to have a database or a sphere of influence is when you talk with agents who have been in this business for any amount of time, they'll tell you that the bulk of their business comes from people that they know or referrals from people that they know. That's kind of the end game. That's the system that we want to build and get to. But the thing that's crazy to me is that my personal experience is that for every four real estate agents I talk to, only one of them is doing any kind of consistent marketing to that group of people. In fact, I was just talking with a real estate agent today, asking him about his database, and he said, I have one, and I market to them once a year for Thanksgiving when we do our annual pie giveaway. That's the only time they contact him. And he's like, I keep getting business from that. And I kind of just joked with him and I said, can you imagine what would happen if you actually did something with them all throughout the year instead of just once? And he was like, I really should do that. And so that is what we want to get to is we want to make sure that these people that already know you, they already have that confidence and trust in you, that credibility. We want to leverage that. And so I'm a huge fan of doing a couple things with that group of people. I have an entire strategy, and it's more than I want to get into on this video. But at a minimum, I recommend my clients take that list, upload it into their ad account on Facebook, and it allows them to run ads to that group of people. And it's literally pennies. So if you had a list of 1,000 people and you uploaded that, it's going to cost you in the neighborhood of around around $10 to show an ad to all of those people. It's insanely inexpensive. And when you think about what a postcard mailing to 1,000 people would be, it would be massive. Um, Whereas for what you would spend on that one mailing, I can show you how to market to that same group of people for an entire year for the same amount, right? And it's just insanely inexpensive. The other thing about the strategy is I love to use email. I have clients and I know agents that are super good about their email and the templates that they use and the strategy in the email, where they're generating six figures plus from just the emails that they're sending to their database. And so their whole focus is how do I build a database and just keep marketing to them? And so they're not doing anything crazy. It's like one email a week. So again, for one small amount of your time writing that email, it's just this leverage of a constant source of new leads, new opportunities coming in. So that is what I love about these systems and strategies that I'm sharing with you to solve this problem. Again, a lot of agents struggle generating enough leads for their business, and you want to have systems in place to solve that problem for the rest of your career. So again, the big picture is Facebook is something that we can use to get things going immediately. It's a huge leverage of your time. And are the leads going to be low quality? For the most part, yes, because they don't know you and you don't know them. But when we can use that as a lead source while we're getting these other things up and running, we can start building your YouTube channel. Those are going to generate higher qualified leads. You're going to you'll generate fewer leads, but they're free and they're going to be much higher qualified. And then when we start generating leads from your database of people that know you and getting referrals, that also makes a massive difference in the quality that's going on with your lead systems. So this video is all about having the proper lead systems. So hopefully that was helpful, just kind of laying out this picture and the opportunity of each one of these and why you should be considering it, and in my opinion, why you should be doing it. So if that was helpful, take a split second, click the thumbs up button down below. Now, also as a reminder, down in the link below, you'll find a link to our top performing Facebook ad templates. So if you're looking to get that up and running very quickly, go download that guide and that will help you. And if you're looking to go deeper and wanting help with these systems, then reach out to us. I'll put a link down to my calendar below, and you can schedule an appointment. We can talk about what those systems look like and how we can help you with that. That is it. Make it a great week. Keep crushing it in your real estate business, and we'll see you soon on the next video. Take care.